Hi everybody, welcome to Lauren's Scraplot. My name is Lauren Urbonus and this is Season 8, Episode 8 of the Great North American Stamping Show. Now I know you can't see me, I am having some fun with my face camera, and so we're just going to film and enjoy the card, and hopefully you can go back and check out my channel if you need to see my lovely smiling face. Just know that I'm here and I'm excited to stamp with you. So this is going to be our last episode of Season 8. We're going to take a 3-week break just so that we can get caught up on some life and weddings that are happening for Jody and travels that are happening for the rest of us. But we are going to be back, don't worry. Also, make sure you've liked and subscribed to our channels because you never know if we're going to pop up there and throw up a surprise video for you in our little interim. But for this week, we decided to choose page 23 of our mini catalog and recreate one of these 3 layouts. So you have probably guessed that this top left one here is the one that I chose. I really loved the idea of an embossing folder in the background and a focal frame piece. And I have been playing with Fern and Flora. If you watch our series weekly, you will have seen this card that I did. It was a fun fold for one of our other submissions. And I'm a really big believer that if I'm going to invest in a bundle or a suite, I want to use it multiple times. So I've used it on that project. I'm going to use it today. I'm using it at my club here coming up in the summer, June or July. I haven't decided. But I really encourage you guys to rip apart your suites. Use them. Don't let that paper just sit on your shelves. Let me show you how we're going to make this today. And if you get stuck, all the measurements are in the description, as well as all the colors and supplies that I used. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And we are going to move you over and start stamping. So I did do a lot of prep work in advance simply because otherwise you guys would get dizzy with all of the different plates I had to use on my cut and emboss machine today. So I started off with a base of Secret C, and this is the new Fern and Flora 3D embossing folder. So I embossed that already. If you're using two-tone cardstock, you would get that gorgeous white grain showing through as well, but I just like a sturdy card, so I'm going to use the Secret C cardstock. My cardstock here is 8.5 by 5.5, and I did a score mark at 4 1/4. For the inside of my card, just a piece of white. I plan to come back later and use some scraps from my designer series paper and just decorate a little bit on the inside. But I never want to just cut like a full 12 by 12 piece for a scrap. So I usually do that once I've played and prepped with a bunch of projects. I see what scraps I have left, and then I'll just add a little bit of designer paper either across the bottom or across this left-hand side. If worse comes to worse, I just grab the Fern and Flora stamp and I stamp one of the gorgeous elements, maybe this branch or these small flowers in this bottom corner, and that will look stunning as well. So I have a lot of potential ahead of me. I'm just going to leave the inside of my card though for later. So here's the Fern and Flora stamp set, and then the dies are amazing. We're going to cut out a ton of different pieces for our project here, but first we need a frame. So this has a small frame, a very small frame. I needed something bigger, and I could have used just a rectangle, but I didn't want to. We have a new set called Phrases and Frames in our catalog, and this is actually one of the impressions dies. So you'll do it in 2 steps. You'll cut out the die regularly like we usually do with our machine, and then you're going to use a black impressions plate. It's very, let me bend over here, it's very flexible, this guy here, and you're going to be able to add some texture to your frame simply by running it through a second time with that. Now if you haven't ever used this I want to call it a plate, but it's very flexible, so I can't. If you have ever wanted to use this and haven't tried, I'm going to add the link to a video that I showed just on how to use that. And I featured this die here, the Opulent Oasis Flower. but you'll do the same steps with these frames, okay? So I've put that link in the description. It's also on my YouTube channel, but it shows you exactly what to layer up and how to use that new specialty feature that we have coming out. But here's the frame that I picked. I grabbed the largest one, and I've got that guy ready to go. You can't probably really see the detail, but it is there. The leaves have been popped out, and if I was to do this on a plain cardstock, you would definitely see the detail. Later on, we're gonna come back and use this stamp set as well, because I thought it was great to tie in. So I'm gonna use Happiest Birthday Wishes, as well as May Your Day Be Filled with Love and Happiness, because I thought they kind of go together. So those two are lovely. Let's get this on our card. Our frame is going to be great whether you put it on flat or on dimensionals, but I really like a shadow effect, so I'm going to pop mine up on dimensionals. And make sure it's well supported. You can't, unfortunately, just have a couple dimensionals on this. You do have to go around the whole frame, and it'll be nicely supported. When I cut this out, I did end up with a rectangle of designer paper that was cut out as well. So my plan is on a future card, I can make use of that rectangle. It's pre-cut, pre-done for me, but it doesn't need to go to waste at all. And I don't really need it because I want to see the gorgeous embossing folder. Okay, I'm gonna just do this so it's a little easier for me to work on. Oh, I forgot to say congratulations, Jody. Jody won last week's episode of our competition, and you guys just remember you get to watch my video and then you get to go and watch Lisa, Jody, and Julie's video. Make sure to comment on all of them, and from there you can vote for the card that you like the best, or if you like them all, just click the thumbs up on all of them. It's just a very nice feeling for all of us to know that you're watching and stamping with us. But congrats to Jody for winning last week. Okay, now we need to do some die cutting. This is probably where you're gonna need to pause the video and do some pieces. So I don't know what the easiest way to do this is. Okay, so here we go. Large fern leaf I have cut out of Mossy Meadow. Then we've gone to this small one here, Old Olive. This guy here, Golden Glow. I cut out two of these because I thought they were very fun and funky, and I used Secrecy. Then I went to this large piece and I did stamp as well. So I stamped here on our new Perfect Pine, and I stamped actually with shaded spruce ink because I wanted it to be a little darker. I did get a little off kilter when I was cutting this out, but it's okay. If you notice on the card, you don't see that part, so I don't really need to stress about it. And then last but not least, I did cut myself out a couple little moths. So I stamped this little moth with Early Espresso on Golden Glow, and this little moth with Secrecy on Secrecy. And then we're going to get building all of these fun pieces. If you want, you can play with our new white gel pen, and it's so funny. I'm not usually a gel pen person, but this suite has brought out the gel pen drawing in me because I definitely used it on this card too, just to show you how easy it is to use. And here I kind of started playing with dots on the bottom, realized I wasn't going to see them, so I just colored in a few leaves up here, and I think that will look quite sharp when I get to that stage. So we're gonna do a little bit of laying things out here. So starting with this focal piece, you know what, actually, we're not gonna start with that. We're gonna start with some background pieces. Let's just lay out some of these. So here we go, 1 and 2. We're just laying them where we think they're gonna go on our card. 3, 4. I do want to leave room for that other piece. 4 and 5. Okay, so you know how we have Tombow glue and fine tip glue pens and everything under the sun? And these are a lot of little pieces. You don't need to use any of that, and I will tell you why. We are covering up the majority of this middle crossover section with designer paper. And so all you need to do is we're going to grab our double-sided tape and we're going to start pressing down those end pieces, these leaves that are hiding underneath that designer paper, and these two pieces. And nobody's gonna know that tape is under there except for you and I, and you don't have to worry about attaching all the other little bits. The only thing you do want to put dimensionals on the back of is this leaf, and then of course we will do it on some of our other parts too, but we're gonna pop dimensionals on the back of the leaf so it can kind of stand up a little bit on its own. Here we go. All right. That guy just actually covers over part of your tape already, but our designer paper will do the rest. Okay, speaking of designer paper, I'm realizing I forgot to cut a piece, so that's no problem. I'll grab my trimmer, but I need to know how big this guy is. This is a designer paper that is going to be 1 1/4 by 3 inches. So that's perfect. Let me grab that piece. Here we go. I think it's already cut at 1 1/4. That's why I picked it, because it was a scrap that I had left over. So 3 inches right there. This guy can get popped up on dimensionals, and you're just going to make sure that it covers over what you've already done. Now, if you want, you can just go ahead and put the dimensionals kind of on top of the leaf here, because we know we're going to need them there. And then because I've got dimensionals under the leaf and over, I'm going to make my life a little easier and stack 2 dimensionals, one on top of each other, just to balance this out. And then maybe up here too. I don't want a wobbly setting. I'm gonna tuck one under there. I don't think I did. There we go. This is another great use for scraps, is kind of the main body of your card, and then you add in whatever details. So make sure you're covering over your white. If you didn't, look, I've got a little sticking out here. That's okay. I can take the backing off of this and just tuck it underneath some of these leaves here. There. Nobody knows what happens behind the magic. See, and then none of your stuff is showing. So if you feel the need to pull any of these out, you can add more greenery, but your moths are still gonna come into play too, so don't forget about that. You don't need to worry. We need some sentiments now, okay? So I always keep scraps. This one is 1/2 inch long of white, and these ones are 3/4 inch. So I'm gonna leave them in the strip. I'm gonna grab my Secret Seat ink, and I'm going to stamp my 2 sentiments and then trim them down to size. So happiest birthday wishes. Check. This also makes it really easy for me if I've made a mistake or something smudges. I can just move on down the strip and it doesn't really fluster me because I'm not stamping on a teeny tiny little space. All right. If you want to grab your trimmer, you can. I feel pretty confident that I can just do a little snip and get a nice line down the side here. 1 and 2. Now, if you want to pop these up on dimensionals, you can. I decided to leave them flat and pop my moth up instead. But do you see how it's kind of hanging off the edge? So I don't want to put adhesive across the whole white section. I just want to put it under this first half that I know is going to touch that designer series paper. Here we go. And yeah, I kind of like that. Comes out over the frame a bit. And then we've got our happiest birthday wishes. Once again, your choice. You can put adhesive on the designer paper, or you can put dimensionals under the top part, the happiest birthday wishes, and it will just rest on the same level as your designer paper. Happiest birthday wishes. There we go. Got a couple little moths ready to go. I'm popping the feature one up on dimensionals right here. And then he just looked a little sad without a buddy, so I cut a second one out. I thought I'd just throw that up into our foliage a little bit. I might want this one to be taller than the greenery, so I like my double stack. It's like a double stack Oreo, but with dimensionals, so it's even better. No calories there. There we go. Last but not least, there are some stunning little gems that go along with this suite. They are called the Dewdrop embellishments. You can mix and match the 3, or you can choose one. Maybe this one will mix and match. The last one I did, just the old olive. Well, let's do 1, 2, and 3. I like it. There. And there's my card for the week. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I know a couple of you mentioned after that fun fold that I did a few weeks ago that you were going to order the suite. So I thought I needed to bring the suite back, show you something else, and I hope you're putting it to good use. Thank you so much for all of your kind words and your attention. We love stamping with you, and we can't wait to start season 9. Also, give us some feedback on some layouts in the catalog that you would love to see recreated. Who knows, we might be able to accommodate that, and we have a few other fun ideas for next season. But we also have videos popping up, so make sure to stay tuned to our channels, and we will see you again very soon. Bye, guys.